Alright everybody, welcome back to part 2 of the TCS WOW sound encoder install. And I originally said I was going to make this more of a installing it, or putting it back together. And I decided to do it off camera just so I didn't make any mistakes. So it's actually all back together, and I'm going to run it into the screen here, and then today for this video I'll make this more of a programming, like showing you how to program it. So you can see I have my computer over here. So here it comes. Haven't changed any sounds yet, really. So I'll hit the brake. And there it is. So you can see I got it all back together. There's the headlight in the front, and then to turn the cab light on you got to enter light mode, so you got to hit F8 twice. Light mode active. So you can hear it tells you verbally that light mode is active, and then button 1, like I said, is the cab light. So you can see it in there, the cab's lit up. And then from the side, and like even from the top window, it shows some of the detail in there a little better. So let me go back to sound mode. Sound mode active. And there's that. So sounding pretty nice. It runs good. It just has a few issues with my track work because it's not the greatest. It's just Bachman Easy Track. So now we're going to get into the programming. So I'm going to change a few of the sounds here. So first, let me go over and select, let's go automatic sounds first. I'll start with that. So for brake grinding noise, let's see what this does. Yeah, let's start with something easy. Let's start with volume control. So let's go global volume adjustment. I believe that's overall. So default value is 100. I'll just keep it 100. Let's go sound type volume adjustment. Let's see. So sound type, the air pump. Yeah, I can make that a bit louder. So does it tell you the default? Okay, it's various. I'll just make it. I'll just make it 80%. So then if you look, if we grab our throttle and we go into program, it's going to tell us CV201. So let me type 201. We want to make that a value of 6, and I'll hit enter. And then we want to make CV202 a value of 80, as according to the numbers that it tells us on the screen over here. CV203 we want to make 0. There you can see. Hit enter. And 204 we want to make 12. So I'll make CV204 12. And then that should change the volume of our air pump. Let's see. There you can hear it. It's pretty good volume. I'll leave that the way it is. Next, let's go to bell. I need to turn the volume on that up. So I'll make that 100 to start with, because the bell is pretty quiet out of the box. So let's go back to CV201. Hit 6 again. So hit enter. CV202 is going to be 100. CV203 still 0. 204 it says we want to make 1. And then that should have made our bell full volume. So let's check it out. Yeah, it's much better. Actually, it might be too loud now, but so yeah, it's too loud. I think I'll turn that down. So I think in order to do that, I can just turn CV202 down, I believe, because it seems to be like that's the volume adjustment. because that seems to be always set to whatever percent you want the volume at. So I'm going to go to, I'll make it 80, just like the air pump. Now let's try it. Maybe it didn't change. I'm just guessing. Maybe I'll have to go through the process again. Let me go ahead and do that. So let's make it 80. Alright. So next, I'll go ahead and punch these numbers in because it might get a little boring doing all this. So, you know, that's basically how you use the guided programmer on TCS, his website. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the rest of the volumes, then we'll look at sound types. Alright guys, well I've kind of gone ahead with the programming. I decided to just go ahead and set it up the way I want it, and I've been doing it for the past like hour or so, so it would have made a really long video. So what I did was I adjusted all the volumes with the computer guided programmer, and then while I was doing that you kind of have to use the audio assist in order to change the sound types. So you had to follow this chart here. So I, just selected all the sounds. I fixed the chuff rate with the guided programmer on the computer, but with the audio assist I went there and selected all the sounds and mapped them to all the functions I wanted. So for instance, the generator, I made it sound a little more like a heavier steam locomotive because this is an M1. So when I hit the headlight button, you can hear the generator wind up. And then I changed the bell to this one. I believe it's a Pennsylvania Railroad bell because this is what they sound like. I think they got it off of K4. So there's the bell. I've watched some Pennsylvania Railroad steam videos and that's what they seem to sound like. Oh, just bumped the camera there. So then for the whistle and all, I have the Pennsylvania Railroad 3 chime. And then I also have the forward, reverse, and stop whistle commands enabled. So here, you can hear that. And I set it to a heavier steam chuff sound. I believe it's Reading and Northern 425, or it's the heavy steam, I forget. But I just picked one that sounded good. So there you heard the, that was a pop valve. There you heard the whistle stop signal. And then for reverse, and there it stopped again. So then I also went through and I actually remapped the blowdown function. Because on the function chart here, I don't know if you're going to be able to read it, but blowdown was function 18, but blowdown I figured was something you kind of use pretty often on a steam locomotive. It's good to use like when you're just sitting there to, get rid of any steam in the cylinders. So I remapped the blowdown sound to function 5, and I also changed the sound of it. So here. So there's the blowdown. Then I also changed the air pump from sounded like a really tiny locomotive. I changed it to a bigger air pump, and then I also made it random sound 1, so the air pump comes on randomly instead of just having to go all the way up to function 13, which is where it was located. I just made it a random sound by making it random sound 1, and then I changed the shoveling sounds and a few of the other sounds just to make this sound more like a larger steam locomotive. I changed the brake noises, and that's pretty much it. So, right now the cab light's off, but let's see, what else did I do? So I didn't really do anything to configure the lights. I just kind of left them as constant dim, or constant bright headlights, or lights. So let me go into light mode.
Light mode active.
And then, there's the cab light. kind of lights up the front of the tender, but that's okay.
Sound mode active.
So let's see what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It runs pretty good now. I added some forward momentum. So here, I'll just show you it running a little bit. You can see how much smoother it is. So I'll cut the throttle here and then apply the brake. There, it stopped. I'll release the brake. There, I think you might be able to hear. That's the air pump I selected. I know the M1s have dual cross-compound air pumps, but I don't know exactly which one that was to select, so I just kind of picked one that sounded pretty heavy. So here, I'll go in reverse. Pop valves again. You know, I think what I'm going to do is make the pop valves so that they don't go off as randomly. Because I think the way I have it set up now, they go off like every minute. So I might have to change that just so they're not, you know, loud all the time. So that's just about it.
Light mode active. Sound mode active.
That's about it. What I had to do actually, I decided to take the speaker that I had in there out and I actually put it in the K4, and for some reason it had more bass in the K4, and I just put the K4's 28mm speaker in here, so that seemed to make them, you know, sound pretty good. And then let's see what else. I didn't do much else, but it runs a whole lot better now with this decoder. I don't know if you saw it ever run with the old decoder, but I did make a video of it for a short bit. I think it was like right when I got it. But it runs a whole lot better now, and this is actually probably my best running steam locomotive right now. And it's brass, so it's considerable amount older than everything else. So I'm definitely going to have to do this again in the future and get more brass. Possibly a Pennsylvania 282 or 280. We'll have to see. Whatever's available. I've got to save up for it first. I'll probably wait a little while, but yeah, these TCS decoders is my first one. I have to say they're really nice. I'd recommend you get one if you're looking for a steam sound decoder. Their diesel ones are supposed to be coming out soon, so the only diesel sound decoder I could say I'm really in the need for right now is my Trainmaster, which is in the back, in the yard back over there. I don't know if you can see it, but the Trainmaster is right behind the Conrail, but I do need a sound decoder for that. It's the FM38D prime mover. Right now I'll probably get a Tsunami for it, but because I don't know if TCS is going to make a Fairbanks Morris prime mover, it's kind of an odd, you know, locomotive. But so the diesel sound decoders, I've seen the beta testing, they look pretty nice, but I don't really have any need for them, but maybe in the future. So I guess that's just about it for now. So soon I'll be taking this down to the club, hopefully, and running it, and you know, fine-tuning it if I need to, but that's probably it for now, so see you next time.